Welcome to Clear Picture Cares. I'm your host, as always, Jason Noble. And with me today, I have Paul Stoney. He is the president and CEO of Greater Charleston YMCA. Thank you so much for being here, Paul. I
My
appreciate it.
pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
Well, when he's not running the YMCA, he's also a Jefferson Award winner, which is a high honor in our community. It's for giving back and being recognized. And I was so grateful to be at that luncheon with you to see you recognized for the Jefferson Award. But we're here to talk about the YMCA. Can you tell us what the primary focus and the goal of the YMCA is?
Sure. Again, thank you for allowing me to be here today to talk about probably my favorite subject. The goal of the YMCA succinctly is to provide an opportunity for people to develop in spirit, mind, and body, all people, and regardless of race, creed, color, national origin, and just to bring the community together.
And so you're saying it's more than just a song that came out, right? It's to bring the community together. What was the driving purpose that led your passion, that led you to being involved with the YMCA?
Well, I've always been involved with youth and families. And it was an opportunity for me that I saw 40 years ago as a community outreach director in Charlotte. I took this opportunity to be involved with the YMCA because at that time, my job was to develop programs in non-traditional communities. YMCA was great at serving the communities, especially those that were able to come to them. There was a study done and it said we needed to do more in the community. And so my first job in the YMCA was to take these programs to those underserved, less privileged communities.
Okay. And so a most recent opening of the YMCA in the Greater Charleston was in the Cane Bay area. Is that right?
Yeah.
And did I hear this right? Is that the only YMCA in the country that has a public library attached to it?
Yes, it is. It's the first library that was built from the ground up with a partnership with the municipality. So, and speaking of first, it's also the largest land donation, 69 acres, to a YMCA that was not for a camp. So we're very proud and privileged to have that relationship with Grambling Brothers, who donated the land, and Berkeley County Library System.
Wonderful. As being the president and CEO of the YMCA of Greater Charleston, how important was it to you to see like there was that library that was part of it, to go back to what you were first saying? It's more than just the physical part. It's also the body, the mind, and the spirit. How does that play into the vision of the YMCA?
Well, I think it plays a critical role in developing people. The good thing about a library is that, especially with today's technology, you can learn about the physical part of you. You can learn to exercise. You can learn to develop your mind, certainly. And certainly you can learn more about spirituality, which I think the world needs a little bit more of now.
Absolutely. So YMCA in Cane Bay opened right around 2020?
2019 May, and in less than a year's time, we were all on our back porches due to the pandemic. So we never really celebrated a 1-year anniversary. The pandemic hit us pretty hard, being a high-touch environment.
Yeah.
And also, Governor McMaster's required that all organizations of this type, all facilities of this type, be closed down until further notice. So that really was a difficult and challenging time, and we are currently still trying to rebound from that situation.
What would you like to share with me and our listeners over things that you think could be beneficial for us to know when it comes to supporting the YMCA here in Charleston?
Well, I think it's important to note that we have over 13,000 visitors to the Cane Bay location on a monthly basis. And so our membership is currently at about 2,500 units. we really need to get that up to about 3,500 units. And certainly the Cane Bay community, which is adjacent to the Nexting community, has the potential to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we would like for people to know that our doors are open to the entire community, regardless of where you live. Some people think you have to live in Cane Bay to be a member of that YMCA, and that's absolutely not true. And we keep our membership prices very moderately priced so that we have accessibility for all people. We also have an opportunity for people to apply for scholarships.
Okay.
I've been in the YMCA, as I mentioned, 40 years, and I've never seen anyone turned away in my 40 years due to an inability to pay. That is a wonderful stone to stand on as an organization, and we're very proud of that.
When I went through the Cane Bay YMCA, I saw the gym facility, just the weight room. That, I mean, the equipment was world class, better than what I have in my gym, right? But there's also that beautiful pool that you have. There's an outdoor activity. What other things do you have in the YMCA in Cane Bay that maybe I didn't mention or you want to go deeper on?
Yeah, thank you, Jason. We're very proud of the pool. Many people don't know that drowning is the leading cause of death in children 14 and under in the United States, with special emphasis on people of color. 80% of African Americans do not know how to swim. These are not my statistics, but the New York Times. So Take it up with them. But it's important that we provide an opportunity. At this time, we are the only public swimming pool in all of Berkeley County, which coincidentally happens to be the largest county by landmass in the state of South Carolina. So we've got a lot more work to do. We've got a lot more exposure to provide for children and families, especially in a community that's surrounded by lakes, rivers, oceans, etc.
Yes.
So we're very proud of the facility. It's 60,000 square feet. And as you mentioned, world-class workout equipment. We've got some world-class professionals who are teaching classes, Zumba and yoga and other things of that nature. We're very proud of our Parkinson's program, which provides exercise opportunities for not always necessarily seniors, but people afflicted with that dreaded disease, Parkinson's. And so that allows people with Parkinson's to come together and share their stories with each other and communicate just like you and I do.
Mm-hmm.
We're also extremely proud of the fact that the building is flexible. In other words, it may be rented for formal events and senior proms and parties and pool parties and a variety of other activities that you may not necessarily find in a traditional YMCA, but we're very blessed to be able to do that. Our youth sports program is first class. We've got some amazing professionals, and I absolutely have to thank my executive staff as well as the other staff members who provide this high level of service, critical care service to our community on a daily basis.
What I'm picking up, for those that are watching and listening, is really around there's hubs and spokes of communities, and the YMCA in Cane Bay is definitely a hub. There's a lot of things that are going on right there. If you're just a few months old going to the library, all the way into your senior citizens age, like you have access to the YMCA to be part of the community in that hub. And then obviously that could be spoked out throughout the community in Berkeley County. And so this is such an important part of the community. What are some of the things that you feel like we could be doing that help support the YMCA? Because, I'm in Mount Pleasant. That doesn't mean I don't want to support the Cane Bay YMCA because I think it's an integral part of the overall community. What is something that I could do, Paul?
Well, the first, there's three things that people can do.
Okay.
The first one is give.
Okay.
The second one is give.
Okay.
And the third one is give.
Let's talk about give. Okay. So write that down. Give.
Yes.
How can I give, and give?
Well, First of all nonprofits, especially those that may have struggled and made it through the pandemic, are still trying to deliver services as the YMCA is. But it's challenging to provide a high level of service in a high touch environment without the financial support that we believe can come and should come from the community, as well as other opportunities. We do have an annual support campaign that we ask people to give on an annual basis. And we also have a variety of other events that take place. During COVID, we were able to, on our 69-acre campus, have outdoor movies just to get people out of the home. They could certainly separate in their own individual pods and still enjoy being out in the community. Yeah. So as you mentioned, we are a hub. We like to consider ourselves as that third place. Of course, you have home. Of course, you have church. And of course, we like for the YMCA to be recognized as that third place where you can come, commune, and be with other members of the community and just enjoy yourself. We have a breakfast every first Friday. Okay. There's no charge for it, and people come to just enjoy themselves. We've got several senior communities within the community, Del Webb and among others. And we love having the seniors over there interacting with our children. We have a variety of programs, day camp, after school, okay, and another number of other programs that meet the needs of the community.
That's wonderful. You're definitely impacting a lot of people's lives. Or you mentioned events. Do you have any upcoming events over the next couple months that we should know about and check out?
We do. We're very proud to announce the reopening of our seersucker soiree. Don't say that 3 times. But that will be in August. Okay. And further details, I'll be more than happy to send you. We're in the planning stages of it right now and making sure that we pick the right date for it to be held at the YMCA, and that we're not interfering with people's opportunity to finish their vacation plans as well as get children ready for school. There's a number of considerations, but we've got an amazing planning team, and we're looking forward to all of the community support and sponsorships that go along with having an event like this.
Yes.
All of the money that we raise goes back into the communities for our scholarship programs and other critical care services.
Okay. And where can people go to learn more about events that you have at the YMCA?
Certainly our website, YMCAGC.org, YMCA Greater Charleston.org, YMCAGC.org.
You got it, YMCAGC.org, O-R-G. I want to hear some stories because you always are a great storyteller, Paul. And what are some of the stories of people that you have served that came out of the YMCA and we can always change the name to protect the innocent like we always do. But anything you could share with us, I would appreciate.
Well, having been involved in a variety of activities in my career, very proud of the opportunity to have coached some of the NBA basketball players that went on to not only make a living in the NBA, but also are good people. Yeah. One of them is coming to town now to be the assistant coach at the College of Charleston. Wonderful. His name is Jeff McGinnis, and he's going to make an impact as he does everywhere he goes. He went to University of North Carolina and played under Dean Smith, and he was LeBron James' rookie point guard. And I'm just proud to know that he's always been a part of my life, and from the time he was 10 years old. And a great kid, comes from a great family, and is now, growing into being an amazing man. And so there's a variety of stories that I could share with you related to the success, because monetarily in this life, it really doesn't matter. As my mother would say, you never see a Brinks truck following a hearse. So realistically, the only thing that matters is the world a better place as a result of your being here? And that's what we're working on at the YMCA, to help people develop in spirit, mind, and body to their fullest potential and to be able to make an impact in the community. And I think we've done a relatively good job.
Well, I couldn't help but think in the back of my mind, what if there was no resource like the YMCA for not just that one individual you're mentioning, but also many other individuals that maybe didn't go on to play collegiate or professional sports, but they used that experience of being part of a team, part of the community. You mentioned home church and the YMCA.
Okay.
There's times that we know people that you've served, they don't have that structure of home, but they got the YMCA. Those are the people that I'm thinking about in the back of my mind as we're having this conversation, the people that you're serving.
Well, Jason, you're absolutely right and hit the nail on the head. Those underserved communities, beginning with the Cannon Street YMCA, which was on Cannon Street, downtown Charleston, and started in 1866. And so for over 150 years, that YMCA, and still to this day with Cane Bay being an outgrowth of Cannon Street YMCA, is still impacting people and making a difference. We have a dance program that's been going on over 20 years under the direction of our cultural arts director, Myra Chamble. And there's over 200 young ladies in the downtown community. And I often wonder, where would they be on Saturday mornings and during their dance recital if they're not at the YMCA? And what I love about it is that not just the moms bring them to practice on Saturdays, but the dads have time to spend time with them. And same thing was with our swim team and others. You see the entire family, even if it's not the typical nuclear family, you see the entire family with grandma, grandpa, all getting involved to support the child. And I believe that's what we need in this community and every community. And I think the YMCA, which is an international organization, does a great job of bringing the community together, community by community.
It's an international organization, and this is maybe a point of clarity for us and for me and the listeners but it's supported by the local community.
Absolutely.
If the local community is not supporting the local YMCA, then there could be headwinds that local YMCA faces that's not part of the international community. Is that correct? Did I summarize that well, or is there something else that you could provide us some transparency on?
Absolutely correct. Very proud to announce that the pool that you referenced was made possible by a gift by a lady by the name of Miss Carolyn Hunter Haywood. And she donated a significant amount of money because she wanted children to learn how to swim. The YMCA is absolutely supported by community dollars. Yes. We do not get federal funding. There are some federal grants that are available. In our case, we don't have a huge development team and marketing team that can go out and try to seek these donations. So it's incumbent upon the community, if they want the YMCA to remain in the community, to be able to support the community, regardless of where they live. They're all of our children. They're all of our seniors. They're all of our parents. And one day, if we're blessed and a little bit lucky, we'll be there too.
That's right. Yeah. I think this is so important, right? It is an international, we all know the song, but it's more than that. It is a hub of the community, but that hub is only supported by the community. So going back to what you said earlier, give, give, give. That's how we make this a stronger community. And if you could leave an impression with our listeners on the importance of giving back to our community, what would that be?
Well, I think the three gives would be paramount by letting them know that, and it's often quoted cliche, but time, talent, and treasure. We have volunteer opportunities. Those 1,000 children that we have in our soccer programs can't play if there's no volunteer coaches. The swim teams that we have can't swim if there's no volunteer coaches. They can't swim if the financial backing is that not there. So, and that requires time. And we know people don't have a lot of disposable time. But I think also, if I may leave with one thought, is that this is the gift that keeps on giving. You absolutely feel amazing when you see an 8-year-old who becomes a 20-year-old and says, "Thank you for handing me my first baseball." I have a story, Tiffany Johnson. I handed her a basketball at 7 years old. Tall girl, never played before. She went on to play for Pat Summitt at the University of Tennessee, and is just an amazing young lady. And that story repeats itself over and over, not just in sports, but in academics. We have youth and government programs which teach children the political layout of our country and our state. And so there's a variety of activities for people to get involved with. But again, time, talent, and treasure is paramount.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Paul Stoney, President and CEO of Greater Charleston YMCA. Go to ymcagc.org to learn more, follow up, and then go out to Cane Bay and see Paul out there and his team and his crew. They're going to take great care of you. And you can learn more by going onto the website, just stopping over, knocking on the door, heading in, and getting to meet the people out there that serve the community. Thank you so much for watching and listening. This was Clear Picture Cares. I'm Jason Noble, and tune in next time.